expression, is it the glass half full or half empty? That's a metaphor that works in lots of ways. If you'd asked me, I would suggest that the last week or so, ever since the election, we have been in a kind of half-empty zone, a half-empty national mood. Regardless of whether your candidate won or lost, we have seen the division, the anger, the anxiety just rise to a very high level, and we look at our national life, we'd say, well, it's half-empty. However, this coming week, we will celebrate Thanksgiving. And if Thanksgiving is anything, it is a half-full holiday. The glass is half full on Thanksgiving. It's not a day for us to moan and groan about what's wrong. It's a time for us to celebrate what's right, or at least what's heading in the right direction. And so as I think about Thanksgiving as a half-full celebration this year, there are a number of things that I am grateful for. Amongst them, I am so grateful that just 3 days after the elections, we celebrated Veterans Day. A chance for us to think and to give thanks for the men and women throughout history and who at this very moment are serving our country selflessly and sacrificially, keeping us safe and secure. That's a half-full promise. I'm grateful for the fact that America still has a promise embodied in our Pledge of Allegiance, that liberty and justice is deserved by all. And the promise of America, not fulfilled completely, but the promise of America is that we are pressing in that direction. I'm grateful that we live in a country that has the rule of law, not the rule of men. I'm grateful for a constitution that orders our national life, and that through a complicated system of checks and balances guarantees that no one can be a tyrant. Nobody can unilaterally take our country in a direction that the people are unwilling to go. I'm grateful, especially in these last couple of days, of the peaceful transfer of power, the real grace that has been operative in national leaders who are making a transition of power from one party to a next, from one administration to the next. This is a thing we just take for granted that I think we need to honor and celebrate. I think we need to be grateful for the Bill of Rights, especially the First Amendment. I think we need to celebrate the fact that we have freedom of religion and conscience. We have freedom of speech. We have freedom of the press. We have the right to assemble, and we have the right to redress grievances in our government. The freedom to protest, the freedom to say, I'm not good with what's happening. I'm grateful for the real possibility for human beings to grow and change, for them to see things in new ways, and for them to grow in new directions. And finally, and maybe most decisively, I am grateful this Thanksgiving season for the sovereignty of God that assures me that His kingdom will come, that His will be done on earth as it is in heaven, and for the providence of God that assures me that God can carve the rotten wood, God can ride the lame horse, that all things finally will work together for the good that He has for us. The glass is half full.